Hello ladies, we are at my house. We're gonna make our salsa pots together. So let's make sure we have everything that we need. First thing we need is our planter. We need a 21-inch planter, which I had a dying grape plant from last season in there. So I just got rid of that. Still some soil in there, but we'll just top it off later. And then you'll have your bag of soil for your planter. You'll need approximately the entire bag. And then you'll have your tomato plant, your jalapeno plant, onion bulbs. You should have like 3 of them, and then some marigold and cilantro seeds. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my dirt in our pot. You want to fill it at least 3/4 of the way up, but not all the way to the top, since we'll still need some room. If there's any big chunks, just break it up with your hand. So, first thing that we're going to do is talk about our tomato. So, if you have a stem that's coming off down here, you can go ahead and break that off. All of these little hairs that you see on the side will turn into roots. So when you plant it, you want to plant it so the dirt comes up to that, so you get even more roots that are going to make this a really strong tomato plant. One of the tricks that I love when I'm planting little plants that are in the cups like this is you have your dirt and you can just push the cup down and it makes a hole for the dirt to go in. Sometimes our dirt will get a little bit too compacted and you can just use your hand to dig it out of the way. So go ahead and break that off, dig our hole, and we're going to plant this. When we're taking it out, you might have to squeeze the sides a little bit, and usually it comes out in a big chunk like this. Look at all those roots. Some people like to squish the roots up to make it easier for it to expand. I think the plant can do that all on its own. So let's go ahead and plant that. Make sure to take your lower leaf off and plant it all the way down to the lower leaf. Perfect. Now we have our pepper plant. Think about how you want everything to look in your pot. In my opinion, since these are the 2 big plants, I want to put them across from each other. So we'll grab this out. This one has really loose soil, so I just have to dump it into my hand before I put it in. And then I'm going to do it across from my tomato plant. So now you can see we have them right across from each other, and we have some areas on each side. So grab your onions, and your onions, you'll see it has like this root end, and then it has the tip. This is the top, and this is what's going to grow underneath. So let me get some good ones. Sometimes these bags have some that are just kind of squishy and they just don't seem healthy, so make sure not to plant those. So then on one side, I'm going to plant all of them. You can just use a finger, do like a finger's depth underneath, and put the onion completely underground. We're going to do that with all 3 of them, making sure that this tip stays up in the air and the root is down. And also think about how big an onion is. If we plant these so they're right next to each other like this, they're not going to have a lot of room to grow, and you'll get some smaller onions. You might be able to plant more onions in that area that you have, but if you want a nice big onion, it needs some room to become a big onion. Oh my goodness, my hands are so dirty. Okay, next on our other side, you can plant these however you like. Some of the girls were sprinkling them around. I prefer, because I'm a chef and I like to harvest a lot of herbs at one time, that we keep all of the cilantro together, so it's easier just to come in with scissors and cut it off. So these tiny little seeds are cilantro. They're just little balls. They're so teeny tiny. And you can just plant them, like just sprinkle them. There's nothing super precise that you need to do with them. And I just scatter them on and then sprinkle some of the dirt right back on top. So we will go ahead and do that. Perfect. Then we have our marigolds. There's all different kinds of marigolds that you can plant. These are just like the classic orange and yellow ones, but the seeds are really, really, really cool. They're long. So it doesn't matter which way these go in. It's not like the onion where it needs to go a certain way. Just make sure that the whole thing is fully covered. And you do want to give these a little bit of space because each seed is going to make its own flower. All right, here's our completed salsa pot. She's looking great. Let me rinse off my hands really quick and then we'll talk more about why we planted these together. Back with semi-clean hands. So the reason why we're planting all these together, of course, is because it's the ingredients in salsa. But do we put flowers in salsa? No. Why do we have that? Do you know what a pollinator is? Like a bee or a butterfly? They're going to go from plant to plant and pollinate them. So if we have a nice, big, beautiful marigold that attracts the bees, then they will come to our marigold and take that pollen over to our tomatoes and our peppers, which will pollinate those flowers to create our plant. Without having the pollinators, they're not going to grow. They have to have pollen from something else. So another reason is because a lot of bugs don't like marigolds. So they're like a gardener's best friend. They will just put them everywhere. I think I put a marigold in every single container that I have in my garden. So the bugs that are going to come and try and eat our tomatoes or like eat the leaves, things that are going to make homes in the dirt that we don't want there because it'll damage our plants, don't like marigolds, so they'll just stay away. So instead of spraying pesticides on our vegetables, we can just have the marigolds and it's a natural repellent, which is really cool. Something else that I really enjoy about the salsa pot is it's like a classic companion plant. Companion plants are something I've learned in the past few years in my gardening journey. So our tomatoes, you can already, oh my goodness gracious. Our tomato is way taller already than our pepper. So the tomato will grow really tall and the pepper is, it'll grow, but it's not getting nearly as tall as our tomato. But the tomato will provide a lot of shade to our pepper, which will make our peppers very happy. And then we have our onions that they root in the soil. And then our marigolds and our cilantro kind of just like grow. They don't get super tall, but they're not competing for any space with any of the other plants. That's why we needed a bigger container. It does seem really, really big, but I'm telling you, in like July or August, when this is just like pumping out tomatoes, you'll be so happy that you have all that space. The tomatoes will keep on growing and keep growing. So if they get too tall, you can just cut it. If you have any flowers on your tomato, I don't know if this is true, so maybe you can let me know. But if you have flowers on it now, a lot of gardeners will pinch them off because it sends a signal to the tomato plant that it needs to produce more flowers. It thinks that it's under attack by something, and to survive, it needs to make more flowers. So a lot of gardeners will say to do that for your first round of blooms, so then you'll get more tomatoes, which maybe I'll try that out this year. With our peppers though, we don't really want to do a lot of trimming to it. If there's way too many leaves, they can get just some like mildew from airflow not being able to go through, and you could trim it up a little bit, but we have to worry about it more with the tomatoes. We can cut it off and it'll grow back. Okay. Oh, and watering. So you really have to think about watering, and that's the most important part, especially when these little seeds are starting to germinate or sprout. So on a nice hot day like today, where there's not too many clouds in the sky, you're going to want to water twice, once in the morning and once in the evening. Try not to water in the middle of the day when the sun is already out and super hot, because if any water is on the leaves, the sun is just going to like get amplified through the water and burn up the leaves. So if you forget in the morning and they really look like they're dry, then just try to only get the soil. Don't try to get up on the leaves. But if it does a little bit, it's really no big deal. If it's a cloudier day, you might not have to water twice. You can just go out and look at your soil, and if it looks like it's damp, then it's probably fine. You can give it a little bit of a drink instead of a big drink, but it's going to be hot today. So tonight, I'm definitely going to give this a nice big drink. The soil's pretty wet, so I don't think it needs one right now. I think it'll be okay just to wait a little bit longer. What are some other things you think that you could add to this pot or swap some things out? So for me, I put a yellow Scotch bonnet in here instead of a jalapeno. I already have some jalapenos growing, but I don't have any Scotch bonnets. I would not recommend putting Scotch bonnets in your salsa. They're like the hottest pepper ever, and they'll just burn up your mouth. But I have been wanting to make my own hot sauce, so you could do a habanero. You could do like a regular bell pepper if your family doesn't like spiciness at all. This tomato is a little like stripy tomato, but you could do Roma tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, a beefsteak tomato. There's different colors. There's like purple tomatoes, whatever you want, but I think the stripy tomato with the yellow and the red just makes a really beautiful salsa. And the same thing with the onions. I just did red onions because I feel like that's classic in salsa, but people make salsa with white onions. You could do shallots. You could leave the onions out if you don't like onions. So lots of different options that you could do. You could throw some garlic in here, and the garlic kind of grows the same as the onions. I actually have some garlic right here I can show you. So the garlic seed comes in a bulb, just like you get at the grocery store, and you would just break off a little piece of it. See how it has the root on the end? You're going to plant that down just like the onion. And some garlic in your salsa would be delicious. Whenever I make salsa at home, which I learned this working in a Spanish restaurant, we just did tomatoes, cilantro, onion, lemon, lime, salt, pepper. Did I say jalapeno? Jalapeno. So all this stuff that's in here makes a really simple salsa. There's other things that you can add too. So I'm very excited to see all of your gardens come to life, and maybe you'll bring me some salsa this summer. I'll be waiting. Okay, if you have any questions, send me a text, call me, FaceTime me, whatever, and I got you. Really excited for you guys. Gardening is so much fun, and I hope that you love it. Okay, bye.